Byron Moten. You are now tuning in to Mo Sports Talk. Here to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. It is after Christmas time. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Now it's back to business as Jason Garrett and the Dallas Cowboys continue on to get ready for next week, which is the final game of the season against the New York Giants. There's been a lot of talk and a lot of speculation about how they should take this approach with the last game facing the New York Giants. Are the players going to get any rest? Anything like that. So basically, Jason Garrett and also Jerry Jones said that answer to that question is no. Everybody will be still playing because they don't want to take any situation out. They'll get rusty with the offense. And the offense has not really been as good lately in these games. In the last game against Tampa Bay, which they did get the victory 27-20, they only totaled 223 total yards of offense, which is not a real good thing to consider when it's going towards the playoff time. So Ezekiel Elliott, who is the leading rusher of the NFL, again, and may end up being that way also after this game against the Giants, since Todd Gurley looks like he's going to sit out the final game of their regular season, get ready for the playoffs. Also, you have Saquon Barkley, who they will be facing against this Sunday against the Giants at noon. He's going to be playing, so he's third in the league in rushing. So Ezekiel Elliott pretty much made it clear that their offense need work and they need this game to gain some momentum leading on going into the playoffs. As of right now, it looks like it's out of two teams that the Cowboys may face. That is the Seattle Seahawks, but Seattle did beat them early on into the season. Or also they may be facing the Minnesota Vikings. The Philadelphia Eagles, who's also in the same division as the Cowboys in the NFC East, they have a possibility to play against the Eagles, but not in the first round of the NFC wildcard round. So Ezekiel made it clear that they need to get things going. They need their offense to gain some momentum going into the playoffs, which I highly agree. Also with Jason Garrett, as far as the injuries go, as far as Jerry Jones said the same thing as well, that as far as the injuries go, everybody will be playing. There won't be anybody sitting out, maybe except Zach Martin, who's been having lingering knee injuries all during the season. So him sitting out is very understandable, and I get that a whole lot. With this offense, it's still a concern to me because it seems like the red zone problems are still continuing. The Cowboys are 31st in red zone offense, and that is not complimenting the defense at all, which the defense has been very, very good this season. Scary good, in my opinion. They have been great. And I don't think this defense is that good enough to just have the offense just scoring 13, 14, 20 points a game like that, which is great to see the defense scoring points and getting takeaways on its own. But also at the same time, that offense needs to complement the defense so much. That offense has some great weapons. You have the leading rusher in the NFL in Ezekiel Elliott. You have a top receiver in Amari Cooper, who have you brought over from a trade from the Raiders, trading away your first-round pick. The games that Amari Cooper has been in early on, he's been gaining a lot of yards. You see his route running is perfect. Speed is great after the catch. But these last couple of games, especially the last game in general, hasn't had a lot of targets, hasn't really seen a lot of plays being ran for him. Only maybe around one play where he had like a little reverse in the red zone, but that was easily shut down by Jason Pierre-Paul, and he was tackling in the backfield. This offense really needs a pick-me-up, and I think playing against the Giants this Sunday will be a perfect example. Honestly, all the Giants are really trying to do is just to break some kind of momentum going towards the Cowboys going into the playoffs. Division game, so you'll never know what's going to happen with this game. But also at the same time, I think the Giants are going in for anarchy to try to slow down any kind of momentum. Maybe, hopefully, if not, try to hurt some of the Cowboys players. Which is another thing that I really don't consider them having their starters out there playing most of the game or all during the game. Because, an injury may happen. If it don't happen, that's great. But at the same time, things like this happen. Also with the Cowboys, stuff like this normally does happen. And I don't want to see anything happen to any of the Cowboy starters like that. So I understand if you want to play the starters. That's truly understandable getting ready as far as like offense goes. But another thing is this is the Cowboys, and freak things happens during these NFL games. It's a week-to-week league. So injury happens, then, that all goes on the fault on Coach Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones. I'm looking forward to the last final game of the season against the Giants. It should be a good one. I say that game may be close, but overall, I'm more interested to see what the Cowboys are going to do in the playoffs. Once again, congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys. This is their third NFC East title in 5 seasons, which says a whole lot with Coach Jason Garrett being under the helm as the Cowboys head coach for 9 seasons. It looks like he will be a mainstay here. Scott Linehan, not so sure about that because they still are having offensive woes this season. And after this season, I will not be surprised if he's already moved out the door. Now, I'm thinking that he did save himself in this season with the 5-game winning streak that they did have, but you're still getting lacks of offensive fortitude from your offensive coordinator. Which you have so many weapons on the field, it still gets to the point where you still have bland play calling, you still have predictable play calling, which the defense already knows what's going on. And also you're forcing your quarterback, Dak Prescott, to throw over 30, 40 times a game. Now, his pocket presence has not been good this season. It either gets to the point where he holds on to the ball in the pocket too long, or he has quick releases, or he's not getting enough protection from that offensive line who has been banged up all this season, which he's been making bad decisions by taking sacks downfield and not throwing the ball away. Haven't really seen a lot of run-pass option for these last 2 weeks. The only time I have seen is when there was 3 and 5 and Garrett and also Scott Linehan, their backs was against the wall. Basically make sure they secure their jobs. Their jobs are secure. So now what you need to do is you need to get out there, call some better plays, get that offense fired up. Also to help out your defense, keep that defense off the field and put up some points. Because it's all about putting up points right now in this pass-happy league. Now when it comes to the playoffs, you have a running back, you have a running game that is very, very good. So what you can now use that running game, use Zeke in the backfield, use him catching out the backfield also as well, as I've been seeing Dak Prescott do with a lot of check downs and throwing it to Zeke. So looking forward to the playoffs for the Dallas Cowboys. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Tune in to my show, More Sports Talk. Log in, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on all social media platforms. I will talk to you guys next week talking Cowboys. Have a great day.